Good morning all, Saturday morning, here we are. Let's have a look at the average. Before my voice gives out, I've woken up the last couple of mornings with a bit of a sore throat. And every time I cough I can taste dust. So I think I've been moving something about that I had a lung full of dust, that's why my throat is sore. And I only managed to get 3 hours sleep last night. I don't know why, couldn't get to sleep. But there we are, so I'm old and knackered and full of dust. So don't know how long I'm going to last on this video. But we had 15, was it? Yeah, 15 crosses submitted from you guys. So thank you very much for all those that submitted. So let's have a look where they are. We seem to have one big cluster, but it looks as though it's broken down into 2 smaller clusters. There's a smaller group of people think it's a bit lower, and a bigger group of people think it's a bit higher. Now, the bottom cross there, you may remember from Tuesday that I had 3 crosses on the screen because I sort of had the line of sight, but I wasn't sure how high to put the cross because he's not reacting to it, so he's not looking very high, so it's a difficult situation. And a lot of you have commented with the same sort of thing, is that, well, we haven't got a clue this week. I think my cross there, the bottom one, is still mine. I think I'm still at the bottom. And I'm still reluctant to go much higher than that because I just don't see it as being higher, which is totally irrelevant because the whole point of asking you to give your crosses in is to see where people think it should be. Now everybody else seems to think it's higher than I've gone, so naturally I'm going to go along with that. I'm certainly not going to go, well, mine is right and you 14 other people, you haven't got a clue. So I'm going to put the average in there eventually. Hang on, guys. Mucking about you. Right, average. There's the average. 1697974. I'm going to draw some lines there. Each side of it, because it is quite a wide spread. When you look at, I mean, we've got 15 crosses, but it's quite a wide spread, and I think that's the area he's looking in. So I think the average fits into it widthways. Let's have a look at it the other way from the player at the back in white. Is he also looking in that sort of area? Yeah, what do you know? I think he is, but then all the crosses are in that area anyway, so it's a bit of a daft thing to say, but I tend not to think it's as high as the average is for myself, and I might even come further to the right. So for me, I think I'm going to go a bit lower than the average and further to the right, specifically for this player in the front, and I think the player in the back, I'm just going to have to make him fit rather than go by the player at the back and get the player at the front to make him fit. But as we said on Tuesday, it's still an issue here with the guy in front. He's not looking very high. He's looking in front of him more than anything and slightly up a bit. But he's not reacting as though the ball is nowhere near him. So it's a bit of a tricky one as to how close to go to him. So with regards to that average, I think I'm going to go lower than the average and further to the right of the average. It's not going to cost me much, is it? I only ever do 1 cross. Mainly because I'm rubbish at it. Let's have a look at the draggable target. Let me get down on there and have a closer look. It's about there, isn't it? Does that make sense? It does, but I think you could have put it anywhere in that area, that diamond shape, and it would have made sense. And somebody else, I think it might have been Andrew, said that zone 3 was just at the top of his head. So if I move that down to zone 3 being at the top of his head, yeah, that's probably nearer to where I thought it was. So it'll probably be, yeah, as I said then, yeah, I'm going to go below the average and a little bit further right. Actually, it looks like someone's sort of there where I'm going to go. Looks like there's a cross already there. Don't know whose that is. Well, yeah, that's where we are. Let's have a quick look at Revcomps then before my voice gives out. So this is Monday's draw. I've just got one because I'm cutting back. I'm always saying I cut it back, and I never do. I've just got one on this McLaren for the 60k cash alternative, and I've got one on a camper. I should have probably done more on a camper, but the price has gone up now to the normal price, so I can't be asked now. And I'm going to bite the bullet anyway on campers and probably buy one, and I'll come to that in a second. So what did they add for next Thursday's draw? Well, Lamborghini Urus or 200,000 cash alternative. I did get one ticket on it, even though the odds are practically 40,000. 39,999 tickets. And I did get one just to be in it. There was nothing else really interested me. I didn't fancy this BMW M3 Touring. Nice little Fiesta van there if somebody wants to take up, food deliveries or parcel deliveries or something. That would be a good little win. I didn't fancy that off-roader there. Not sure what I'd do with it or where I'd keep it. I wasn't interested in the Abarth or the Defender. But this Tiguan R-Line, I did initially put a ticket in reserve, ready to buy, in the... I know what I mean. In the checkout area. But then I took it off and decided not to buy one because it was what I would have replaced my car with, in that it's a diesel SUV all-wheel drive, or so I thought, because it specifically says there 4Motion, which is a four-wheel drive, and in the description it's got 4x4. Well, when I put that registration number into Parker's, it's coming back as a two-wheel drive. So it's not a four-wheel drive at all, so I cancelled my ticket on that one. Revcomps did advertise this on YouTube, because they've got a YouTube channel where they put all the cars, little videos of all the cars, then they put little videos of the winners on there as well, which I only found out a week or two ago. I just searched for my name and Revcomps, and my winning video come up. They put they cut up the whole video into clips of where they call the winners. So my little tiny less than 2 minute clip is on there. So that's all I'm going for this week is that on Thursday. Sorry, is that Urus. So what was I talking about campers? Well, I've decided that as I'm not having much luck winning a camper, I'm going to buy a small, cheap camper just for myself to see if I like it, to see if I'll use it. So my target was, I want a camper that's no bigger than a medium sort of size car that I can park in a car park anywhere and get it down the back lane at the back of the house. And it's not going to cost an arm and a leg, so if I don't like it, I can sell it again. So I'm looking at two at the moment, and I've emailed both sellers with questions. And that's the first one. That's on Auto Trader. Now you can see down here it's a Ford Transit Connect, which is a small Transit. However, it's the longer wheelbase one, so you can sleep in the back, and it's the taller one, so you've got more headroom. But it's been laid out lovely in the back. Look, well, that's £5,000. There's no VAT on it. That's on Bromley, up just south of London. So I don't mind catching a train up there if I decide to have it. But this has got a nice spec on it. It's got it's got everything I wanted in there. It's got the side layout there where there's it can be a single bed and a bench, and it'll turn into a double bed. It's got a solar panel, inverter to plug stuff into. There is a cooker in there somewhere, sink, night heater, lights. There's a vent, which as a fan vent, which blows in or blows out, better for the summer. So yeah, I like the look of that one. So I've measured the seller with a couple of questions. And the other one was in a company up in Preston, which is a similar layout, which is the layout I wanted because there's only going to be me in it. Again, that would be a bit of a single bench seat which pulls out into a double. I would want windows put in the side, but I can get that done back here in Bridgend. This one's also got a television in it. It's got a night heater, like you can see the vent there where it blows the hot air out. Charging points and sink, cooker. And this one is 5,995, so £6,000. But this one, I forgot to say, the other one's just had 12 months MOT put on it this month. This one also comes with 12 months MOT, plus 12 months breakdown cover, plus 12 months parts and labour warranties putting on it. So should be worry-free motoring for a year, shouldn't it? And I get to see if I like it. Of course, my car would go because I could use either one of these as a daily driver. And I don't use my car day in, day out. It doesn't move from Monday to Friday, and I just joyride in it on a weekend. So I would bugger off on this on a Friday night or Saturday morning. And of course, I could rent this out in the summer. I don't like the heat or the sun, so come July and August, I could just rent it out on somewhere like Go Booney, because they take care. Once you advertise on there, they take care of the insurance for the renters and deposits and all that sort of stuff. You just advertise it on there. They sort everything else out and then take a percentage. But I mean, a Volkswagen camper van, T6 or T6.1, people are renting those out for £800 a week. And they're snapping them up. So I'm sure I could rent one of these out for half that. I mean, £400 a week for 15 weeks. Even if it's over 2 years, I would pay for the van. It'd be a free van. Plus, I never got use out of it. So that's what I am. I'm toying with buying one. I'm still looking at every day, see what vans are on Gumtree or Auto Trader and what new ones. But these are the two ones that I'm interested in at the moment because they're well looked after. Both got a brand new MOT, and they both had all the kit in them that I wanted. Anyway, enough about me. And yeah, of course, because once I get one of these, then I'll be making videos of my antics away on the weekends, where I'm visiting, what I'm doing, and what a mess I'm making of things. In the meantime, thanks for submitting your crosses, guys. Sorry I waffled on a bit, even though I got a dodgy throat and hadn't had any sleep. Enjoy your weekend, and good luck for next week.